The traineeship scheme is for young people who are looking to gain access into the world of construction. It's for anyone who is 16 plus and they would like to gain work experience in construction, improve their employability skills, improve their maths and English skills, and hopefully gain a CSCS card, which will allow them access to a construction site. So the traineeship is 10 weeks long. The first 5 weeks is here with me in the classroom. That's where we really get the young people ready for work. So they start to understand that timekeeping is extremely important. They get to do their maths and English. They get to do their CSCS tests, their level 1 health and safety in the construction environment. And then after the 5 weeks, we know whether that young person is ready to go on site. Then they do 4 weeks work experience and they come back to us for the last week, and that's where we look at their progressions. What's their next steps? Does that employer want to take them on as an apprentice? Does that young person want to apply for an apprenticeship? And where they're going to move on to the future?
Yeah, what I learn obviously will help me towards my qualification here. Plus they're going to help me with my English and my maths. So I do retake my exam and obviously I'll help towards my qualifications, getting my level 2, which should help towards a job.
So when they start with us, they may be a little shy, they may be a little nervous, they may not fully understand the benefits of team working. By the last time they finish with us, they are confident, they are team players, they understand what an employer wants, they understand what the world of work really means, and they are work ready. So the impact of the traineeship scheme is at the end of the programme, learners have a better understanding of what employers are looking for. The employers are able to train the trainees while they're on their work experience, and they actually get to see whether they'd be suitable to work for them by giving them that 4-week window of seeing if they're reliable, seeing if they're turning up on time, or whether they're fitting within the business. So an employer should really look at a traineeship because it allows them to provide a brilliant opportunity to a young person, lets them see what the construction industry is like, and it actually lets them see if that young person is right for their business as well. It can stop all the myths of a 16-year-old, 17-year-old is not ready for the workplace, they might be lazy, but actually they're doing this for free. They're volunteering their time as part of their work experience, and if they're committed to 4 weeks volunteer work, then they'll be committed to an apprenticeship.
The traineeship is an opportunity for youngsters to spend four weeks on the site, and then hopefully we have an exit interview where they either go on to further training, or my hope is that they go into employment. On this site, you might be able to see in the background, we've got pipes hanging down, we've got wires hanging down, and throughout the placement we'll be putting the youngster with the guys who are actually doing that job. So learning from a first fix stage, which this building is at the moment, is ideal for them to learn all about where the connections go, why the pipes go where they go, who's going to cut the holes in the wall ready for them for when they start, all that sort of stuff.
You can give employee development, so as part of employees in your own business, they might want to mentor a young person, they might want to do their own CPD, create their own leadership skills, and they can mentor that traineeship as part of it. And also it's giving back to the community, giving back to your area that you're building your constructions on. Corporate social responsibility is something that I know a lot of councils are really insistent on, and it will help you to meet those targets. We have seen lots of young people move into electrical apprenticeships, plumbing apprenticeships. A lot of them have started to come to the end of apprenticeship now, and they're moving on, completing their AM2 and getting their own businesses, which is great to see. Some of them go into different areas of construction, plastering, roofing, scaffolding. Some decide that it's not for them at all and they actually go on to different areas of work, but actually the skills they get on the traineeship programme is applicable to every type of work.
I think everybody deserves a chance, and I'm a great example of that myself. I left school with very limited GCSEs and my prospects weren't looking brilliant. It was either an apprenticeship at the Rover or another scheme. So I actually got on the youth training scheme. So traineeships before they were traineeships really. So my opportunities were sort of, you've got to get up early, you've got £23 a week in your pocket, which wasn't $1 million in the day. And you learnt then, you missed the van, you didn't get to work, you didn't get paid. And I didn't miss the van. I made sure I was there every day, and then they offered me an apprenticeship off the back of that. So again, I've been there. I've been getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning when I was 16 years old to try and catch a van that sometimes would be on time, sometimes wouldn't be. And you stand there in the pouring rain. But if you don't do that, you don't get the respect from the guys in the van, who ultimately turn into your supervisors. And then I climbed the ranks. And if I hadn't been given that chance, no, I wouldn't be here today.
When I finished school with no qualifications, I thought obviously I ain't going to get nowhere. And then obviously I got in the training course and now it's helping me.
It's about providing opportunities to a new generation that where 20 years ago you could just rock up to a construction site and ask for a job. Now there are so many hoops that young people have to go through to get a job. You're going to provide that experience for a young person and hopefully mentor them into the construction industry.
My recommendation would be every employer should be taking somebody on through the JTL traineeship scheme.